welcome back. I'm Susie. Welcome to my channel where I share faith-based content to help you be all that God has designed you to be. So we're about God, purpose, and life, all things life. So once again, thank you for joining me. Today's video is my video that I'm doing to share my YouTube journey, which didn't start just now. It's been ongoing. And why I'm not monetized yet. Why I'm not monetized yet. Plus, I'm going to give you 5 mindset tips that anybody can use, especially if you're doing something new. Because there's a whole the mindset comes into play with that. Yes, it will help you succeed or it's going to help you fail. Okay, so we want to succeed. All right. So, and I'm also going to share some of my stories with each of these points. I have a story to tell with each one. Okay, so this should be quite helpful to you. All right, so why I'm not monetized yet, and I know why. So let's go back to many years ago, way back when I was still teaching in the classroom, and it was towards the beginning of my teaching journey. Okay, so when I taught my students, I can be very silly. Okay, I can be very silly because I like to laugh. I like to have fun. So I would get up in front of the class and I would sometimes just make up a song. If they were having trouble with some kind of concept or skill, I would make up a song about it, right? So I would stand in front of the class and I would just make a song and I would sing and dance. And one of them we were learning about fiction and nonfiction. And they had trouble telling the difference. Although we had gone over that and over that, something like, what can I do? What can I do? So I got up there and I said, fiction, not real. Fiction, not real. Fiction, not real. So they remember that fiction is not real, like these fun stories that you read. And nonfiction is where you get information, facts, information. So that helped them a lot. So I did that a lot. And sometimes I make up a little rhyme or I'll make up some kind of acronym to help them remember something, especially if there was a lot. So I did a lot of things to help them learn and remember these skills and concepts. So what I did was I went on and I created a YouTube channel while I was teaching. And so making up these little songs, I said, well, maybe another teacher can use them. I'm not a singer. There's nothing behind me, no instruments or anything like that. I just made it fun. I just did it for the fun of it. And so I got views, and I still get views on that. I don't do anything on the channel. Those videos are still there. I know I have one about affirmations. I always believed in the power of words. So I have affirmations for children, and I think I have one about place value. And I have one about Georgia regions. So one day my granddaughter was over here and she was helping me with something. And so I told her about the channel and she went and she looked at it. I hadn't looked at it for a long time. And I had never, ever read the comments at all. I just did it for fun. So she went to the video and she said, BB. She calls me BB. She said, BB. I said, what? She said, look at what this man said. And the comment on my video was, this was the worst 7 minutes of my life. When she told me, I laughed. And I thought, you know what, wait a minute. This is going to be a good teaching moment. And so I said, Malaya, I said, you know what? I said, he does have a right to speak his opinion and his thoughts or whatever. I said, but it doesn't have to affect me. Just like if somebody says something about you, it doesn't have to affect you. It only affects you if you allow it. I say, so, there are going to be people that may say things, that are mean to you. You could be doing the best thing in the world, and they can say something negative. I say, it's not about you, it's about them and what's inside of them. Because I want you to understand that people have a lot going on inside of them And a lot of people are not happy. A lot of people are stressed. So what's in them is going to come out. What's in them comes out. And so that was a really good teaching moment for her. And that was so funny because I just never knew all these years. It was so funny. So that was my journey into the YouTube world. And when I think about it, that was so many years ago. That was so many years ago. I'm like, wow, I started back then. And so I feel proud about that, even though that channel is not monetized either. I don't do anything with it. So I just decided to create this one because I'm not in the educational field anymore, but although I kind of am. So on this channel, you may see some of that teacher in me come out. Okay, so you just might see that. But I'll always be an educator, always. I enjoyed that journey. It opened up many doors, many doors for me. And it also got me out of my shell. I've always been very quiet, shy, so it got me out of that. Anyway, that was my YouTube journey. And I'm still wondering, why am I not monetized yet? And I know why. And a lot of them start with the letter C. And I threw in a couple of P's. And this can help you too. If you're trying anything new. First of all, there's always a learning curve. Always a learning curve. You're going to have mistakes. You are going to have mistakes. And here's my computer mistake story. When I first got my computer years ago, I did not read the instructions. I didn't have time for that. I opened that box, set the computer up, and started pressing buttons. And if the button said beep, I know I did something wrong, and that meant don't do that again. And that's how I learned how to work on a computer, seriously. I didn't read a thing. I just started moving my fingers. Right or wrong, that's how I learned how to work on the computer, okay? So there is a learning curve. There is a learning curve. And you're going to, I don't like to speak words, but you might get frustrated. You might be ready to give up, but don't give up, because if you give up, nothing is going to happen. So whatever you're doing, stay with it, stick with it, okay? So you have to, I wrote the C's down. Now, one thing I'm gonna do on this channel, if I say I wrote it down, that means that I need to look at my notes because I'm not about to memorize all this stuff, okay? I am a writer. I know I have my phone, I can write notes on my phone, but I prefer the old-fashioned way, pen in hand, especially if it has sparkles, gold sparkles. Pen in hand, paper. I am a note taker. I will take notes in a heartbeat. And I have given myself lots of challenges for this year, and so I have my notebook for each challenge. I'm doing a 365-day Bible challenge where I'm reading the Bible every single day and taking notes. And that's a YouTube program I'm following. And I have my 365 Blessings Challenge where I'm going to write a blessing for each day because I am expecting a blessing for each day. And if God gives me more than one, I'm going to put it in here too. So at the end of the year, I can look back and see all of the blessings, the favor that I had throughout the year. And I can experience that feeling again when I start reading them again. So this video is up. Please go look at it. And maybe you can get in that with me. And if you decide to do it, please go back to the video and let us know what kind of blessings you are experiencing. Okay, so you recognize your blessings, you're going to get more. Okay, so write it down. I'm going to put my head down. Pardon me, but I can't memorize all of this. So the C's. Where did I put my notes? All right, so the C's are, now look at this. The C, commitment. That's the first one. You have to be committed. Was I committed in the beginning? No, I wasn't. And let me tell you why. No excuses, but this is real. I wasn't committed because I did not know how to edit. and it was frustrating me. So my granddaughter is helping me edit, teaching me. I haven't done one on my own yet. She's teaching me, so I'm learning how to edit, and that's what was stopping me, editing the videos. So I'm learning that. It's a learning curve, and when you're trying to learn something, you can get frustrated. So be committed, stick with it, don't give up. But that's with anything, whether you're doing YouTube or not. And I'm still trying to figure out why I'm not monetized. Okay, so commitment. You have to have confidence. If you don't have confidence, you're not going to be able to do it. You got to have confidence no matter what. If something goes wrong, if somebody says something wrong, if somebody is negative, if somebody calls your name, you have to still have confidence to do it. Confidence. And courage is another C. That courage. I'm going to do this no matter what. No matter what it takes, I'm going to do it. And my next challenge, guys, is for me to get on here every single day and post a video. And so I want to give you a number of days, but I know that if I do that, I'm going to have to be committed. So let's do this. To get out of my comfort zone, not 7 days, let's go with 14 days, posting a video every single day on different topics, okay? But centered on my God, purpose, and life. Things that are going to help us, topics that are going to help us be all that God has designed us to be, okay? Fulfilling our purpose, enjoying life, enjoying the many blessings and promises that God has for us, okay? So, commitment, courage, confidence. Here's another one. This is why I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. Consistency. I got excited, posted my... Okay, so the last C would be consistency. Why I am not monetized on YouTube yet? Consistency. I started and then I stopped. The editing part got in the way. I stopped. So consistency. You got to be consistent with whatever you're trying to do. Have to be. So we have courage, confidence, commitment, consistency, and the 2 P's. Persistence. You have to persist. Persist. Fight through it. Trying to give up, fight through it. Persist. Don't give up. You owe that to yourself. Don't give up. And the last one will be patience. You got to have a lot of patience. Things go wrong. Things will go wrong. So be patient. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace. We talked about that learning curve. So just give yourself some grace. Be patient. Don't give up. Keep trying. And you will succeed. You will. You will. Prove it to yourself. Okay? Prove to yourself that you're going to succeed. You're going to succeed. Okay? So, a few more, and then I don't want this to be too long. I'll cut it in a few minutes. But this is important. It's important to celebrate your wins, even though they're small. Celebrate your wins, every last one of them, no matter how small it is. And here's my example, my story, my example. When I did my first digital product, years ago, I did my first digital product, okay? It was so hard. I had to learn how to design the covers. I had to learn how to design. It was hard. It was really hard. So when I finally got my first product up online, I got a notice in my email, and it says, you have sold a product. And I wish I had that first email. I went back to look for it. I wish I had that first email that said you sold your first product. So I opened the email. I was so excited. And guess how much I sold? One product for $3. You couldn't have told me I didn't make $3,000. You could not have told me that. I was so happy by the $3. I was so happy. I said my first $3 I have ever made online. So that was a proud moment for me. Proud moment. Celebrate every win. I don't care how small it is. $1, 50 cents, I don't care. Celebrate it, okay? So you got to celebrate your wins. You have to enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. If you're not going to enjoy the journey, why go on it? That's like going on vacation and not enjoying vacation. For what? That's crazy. Enjoy the journey. All of the mistakes, all of the failures, whatever, because it's still getting you to that end goal. So enjoy the journey. Okay, so keep your mindset geared towards being open to learning all the time. I talked about patience. That fear, just instead of focusing on the fear, focus on the fact that you're learning something new and call it exploring. I'm just going to explore this. That's what you tell yourself. I'm just going to explore this, see what happens, see if it works. If it doesn't, it's okay. So you can get rid of that fear by just doing it. Just doing it. When I did my first presentation in front of teachers, it was one of the most scariest things to do. One of the most. First time presentation. I fought through it. The fear, I fought through it. I didn't back out of it. I could have backed out because they needed presenters, and they wanted me to do a workshop. So I could have backed out, but I'm so glad I didn't, because that helped me on my journey. Like if I had backed out, I might not be doing this right now. Getting on YouTube is scary because you have some really, really unhappy people on YouTube, and they're trying to make you unhappy by their comments and all that. So this is not easy. It's not easy. But I don't have any fear. I don't have any fear because I have a goal. And I know that if I give up or if I get too scared to do it, I'll never reach my goal. I talked to God about this YouTube channel. I talked to God about it. He knows my heart. He knows why I'm doing it. I've laid out my wishes for it and told him if you were in line with it, help me make it happen, because I can't do it by myself. So I talked to God about this. He knows that deeper reason I got for doing this. He knows that. So put the fear aside. Put the fear aside and just ask God to help you. If you ask him to help you get through it, he will. He will. So I'm going to stop here because I don't want this video to be so long, but thank you so much, and I hope these mindset tips helped. I hope you got a little bit of understanding as far as what the YouTube journey is all about. And at the end of this video, I still got that same question. What is it? Why am I not monetized yet? Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Be safe. Love you. Bye-bye.